What is up, internet? It's your boy Asher, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these. I think it's been over a year since I've done any sort of review, but today is a special case. Today is a special case. Now, for context, I've been getting, advertisements for this new show, HaHa, you clowns, a lot. As somebody who grew up with Adult Swim, you know what I mean. I watch a lot of it. Boondocks, Aqua Teen, Smiling Friends. So I've been getting a lot of commercials for this show lately, and I don't know, I was doing the judgmental thing, I was making the same reservations everybody else was. Like, oh, I don't like the art style. Every single character on the show looks like Matt Damon. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? All these critiques. But today, I woke up really early because I had to pee. Any guy will understand the struggle where you have to pee in like 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning. So I went to go pee. You know what I mean? I was hungry, so I decided to cook some food too. And yeah, I don't know. I just got a commercial while scrolling. I was cooking up a storm, and like I just saw a commercial on YouTube for HaHa, you clowns. And I don't know what drove me. I guess there was just I was just half asleep. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch this clip, whatever. So I decided to watch it, and it's just hilarious. It's a clip for the newest episode that's gonna come out, a special preview. And I thought it was funny because I never watched the show, so it's just Matt Damon freaking out trying to kill the devil. And I decided, fuck it, you know what I mean? It's 6 a.m. I just cooked up breakfast. I'm just gonna watch this show because I'm a firm believer. Something I always say on this channel is, you can't say something sucks unless you've tried it. Okay, that's just kind of how it is. You can't say something sucks unless you've tried it. You know what I mean? To pass judgment like that so blindly is really dumb. So I decided I'm gonna give it a shot. I can't be putting up all these reservations and have all these hang-ups about a show I've never watched. So I decided to watch the first episode. I was instantly hooked. Instantly hooked. Right now, I just finished the marathon. I started at 6. What time is it right now? Let me check my tablet. It's 9. I spent the last 3 hours just binge watching this show. And it's great. Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched any show, dude, ever, and cried this much. Which is not what I expected to be saying when I was finished. I was expecting to be like, oh, this is like moral oral, or I don't know, Sunny or something. I thought it was gonna be like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's a group of assholes just going around being assholes. But from the very first episode, it just, all these expectations that I had were completely subverted in the most beautiful way. Because it's such a wholesome show. It's such a wholesome family show. You read the name HaHa, you clowns, you look at the character design, you have all these preset judgments in your mind. And then you go into the show and you realize it's heartfelt as hell. I'm serious, I have not cried this much. I cried every single episode. Okay, I'll admit it. I cried every single episode of this show. It's so fucking sad. Because the premise is basically, it's about a father raising 3 boys, and they're all grieving over their recently departed mother. So every single episode, I don't want to say it's focused or centered around that, but it's always an underlying theme. You know what I mean? There's always that tension. There's always that pain, that grief. And the more you watch the show, the more you learn about the characters, the more they open up, and it's so beautiful. Okay, bear with me with the statement, but I feel like after The Simpsons, it just felt like every single TV show just wanted to depict this nihilistic, broken family unit. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if we took the nuclear family and we just made it dysfunctional? And look, it works in certain instances. Like I mentioned before, It's Always Sunny. That's the best example of that. That's a great show. A great nihilistic show. Another one I would say is Shameless. That's a good one. But when every single show does it, it gets tiring, like Family Guy. I don't enjoy the dynamic of those characters. I hate that family unit, if I can be frank. After like season 14, I couldn't bear it anymore, how unbearable those characters were to each other. I don't like that trope. I hate that trope. It's just overdone to death. When it's done correctly, it can be done really well, but I don't know. Just so many TV shows are nihilistic. So many TV shows are like all people are evil, all people are cheated. Like every single show nowadays, it feels like just uses cheap pops. Sorry, I'm a wrestling fan, so that's the term I use, but it happens in wrestling too. You know what I mean? Whenever there's like this is a common sentiment within the wrestling community. Whenever there's a bad booker or a really bad storytelling writer, they never tell good stories that uplift the characters. They always say the really cheap stories to get the fans angry, for example. Like a cheating story. Oh, this person got cheated on by his partner. Blah, blah, blah. You know, just bullshit controversy just to piss people off. And it's just like, I don't like that. You know what? I don't like that. I feel as a writer myself, it's so fucking lazy. It's so fucking easy to make you hate a character. But like, when you create a world where everyone is loving, everyone is welcoming, everyone is just familial. That's really what it is. This show encapsulates the familial aspect perfectly. You actually feel like you're a part of this family. And I just watched like 8 episodes. I was watching the show for 3 hours, and I already feel like I'm a part of their family. You know what I mean? These characters are so warm. It's beautiful. You don't see that on TV anymore. Everything's so hum, glum, drum. You know, like, oh, this is a bad guy and you're gonna hate him, and this is the good guy and you're gonna love him. But this show doesn't do that. And I think that's the most special part of it all. Throughout the show, sure, there's some antagonistic characters, but the show goes out of its way to convey the message that nobody is irredeemable. Everyone deserves a second chance. This show doesn't vilify its antagonists. It actually embraces them, and it gives them an opportunity to redemption. And can you name any show that does that? Like, seriously, any show that does that. They don't do that. Every single show is like, this is a bad guy. He's gonna die for his crimes. And it's like, I have that mindset too. I'm a horrible person. I think I'm the worst person to have ever existed, ever. In all honesty, I'll lay my cards out here on the table for you guys. In my eyes, I am the worst person to have ever existed. I don't believe in friendships. I don't believe in loyalty. I think loyalty is just a word. I'm one of those people that I think loyalty is just a word. It's a concept that's lost. So to see the show that challenges my worldviews, a show that breaks the mold and says, you know that mindset that you have? Fuck it. I love that. That's why I'm a huge fan of Smiling Friends. I love shows that are super positive, and this show is nothing but positivity. You know what I mean? If a horrible, evil person like me can like it, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? I'm the worst person in existence. I'll just say it here. But I love this show because it's the opposite of that. You know what I mean? It makes me look at my worldviews and be like, they're pretty broken. You know what I mean? This show gets you thinking, gets you feeling, man. And it's like it's very relatable because we all have characters in this show that we know of. You know what I mean? We all know somebody like the dad. We all know somebody like the 3 boys. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't know. I was drawn to the boys immediately because I do have autistic family members. You know what I mean? And people want to like sugarcoat it. People want to say, oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing, but there are struggles that come with it too. There's the good and the bad. And I feel like the show doesn't explicitly ever say the boys are autistic, but just somebody who lives with autistic, family members, I get a lot of the same shades. You know what I mean? I get a lot of the same, like, it makes me laugh. The boys make me laugh. I love them because they remind me of my boys. You know what I mean? They remind me of my boys. And it just warms the fuck out of my heart. You know what I mean? Because even when the boys mess up, you're like, you know what I mean? They mean well, They have a bunch of love in their heart, and they're just going out there making the world a better place. And that resonates a lot with me personally. Again, because of my family members. So I just see these boys as my boys. You know what I mean? I have grown a real soft spot for them. You know what I mean? They're silly little guys, and sure, they're mischievous every once in a while, but they're so loving. They're so embracing of everyone else. And it's just like I say, even the people who are antagonistic towards them, because there are some antagonists throughout each episode, but the boys never vilify them. They never fight them. They never teach them a lesson in the sense that we're gonna punish you. No, it's just they embrace them. They show them love, and they show them that there's redemption. Like, there's this one character who's an alcoholic, and that episode hit me hard as a recovering drug addict. That episode really hit me hard, man, because you would think throughout the whole episode, this guy is calling the boys pussies. He's saying, oh man, you should drink. He's just pushing everyone to their limit. And like, at the end of the episode, they give him a little gift basket. They write him this beautiful handwritten letter of like, oh, it really stuck with me. It really hurt, because as an addict, this message just penetrated through my soul. They said something along the lines of, we know that alcoholism and drinking was the glue that held the foundation of your friendship that you had with our father when we were younger. But now, sorry, I'm trying not to cry. Now, that very same glue is what's holding you back in the past. And they go on to tell him to embrace love, that, he will always have a place in the brotherhood of their home. There will always be love in their home for him, and they just want him to recover. And again, as somebody who's going through that recovery, as somebody battling with addiction, dude, I cried. I cried like a little bitch. I'll just admit it. I cried. And I'm not afraid to say, this show is beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's gotta be a must watch. I feel like everyone should watch this. Everyone should experience this show. There's a lot of hangups. The animation style is very off-putting. They all look like Matt Damon, but when you're able to set that aside, you become part of this like family. It's so fucking beautiful. This show is beautiful, dude. Like, seriously. I don't review shit anymore. I don't know. I just feel like it's just whatever. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I just don't do it anymore. But I had to watch the show. I had to talk about this show. I had to tell everybody about this show, because I think it's beautiful. I think it goes against the whole status quo of nihilism on TV. You know what I mean? I feel like there's too many BoJack Horsemans out there. I feel like there's too many Family Guys, all this negative crap that you put into yourself. It's good to get some positivity. It's good to see the world through the lens of this beautiful family unit that no matter what, they stick together. And family to me is the most important thing above all. Above all else, family. That's why I love the Fast and the Furious franchise. I know everyone makes fun of me for it. Everyone makes jokes, but I love it, because at the end of the day, that franchise is all about family, and I'm a sucker for that message. You know what I mean? So just trust me, man. This show is definitely worth checking out. It's definitely worth a watch. I could not recommend it enough. I love this show. I've fallen in love with this show. I'm probably gonna watch it again, to be honest with you. It's just that great. It's such a beautiful show. It doesn't vilify everybody. It makes a really, really enforcing message of spread positivity, spread love, be welcoming and be warm to others. Don't vilify others. And if a show can manage that message in such a dark world, then it's a beautiful show. You know what I mean? I don't even know what else to say. All the characters are lovable. The show is just, it has great fucking pacing, man. It has great fucking pacing. Like, you don't feel it go by. Like, it knows when to be funny and fast paced, but it also knows exactly when to slow down and be emotional. It knows how to convey what a character's feeling through the music, through the camera angles, and through like the expressions, and just it just paints this picture so fucking well of family first, family above all, family and love, and the belief that everybody is worth loving and nobody's irredeemable. And I cannot knock a show like that. I cannot tell you anything negative about this show. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. Highly recommend it. HaHa, you clowns. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's fucking amazing. It's genuinely worth watching. You're gonna watch one episode and then you're gonna end up watching it all. It's just so heartfelt. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just a sucker for love. But yeah, I've been your boy Asher here with just telling you, watch HaHa, you clowns. Forget your reservations, forget your hang-ups. Don't judge it before you watch it. This is one of those shows you can't judge it before you watch it. Because once you watch it, you'll be very, very glad you did.